we're going to have a look at rearranging formula. So when you're rearranging something, then you're being asked basically to solve the equation. The only difference is, instead of solving it for the x or the y or the one letter that you've got, you might have multiple letters and you're unable to kind of simplify the other part of the answer. So for example, if we're making A the subject, make A the subject just means A equals and then everything else on the other side of the equation. So for this first one, I would need to divide by 3, and that gives me A is equal to B divided by 3. We can't simplify it because we don't know what B is, so my answer is just A equals B over 3, or 1/3 of B. For the second one, again we're making A the subject, so we're going to do the same thing. We would divide by 3, and we need to remember that we need to divide everything on the other side by 3 as well. So A is equal to B plus C, all divided by 3, or you could write that as B divided by 3 plus C divided by 3, and either of those answers is okay. For the next one, if we were rearranging a question that was, for example, 2x plus 4 is equal to 35, we would normally take off the 4, and then once we've done that, we would divide by the 2. And that's what we're going to do with this third question in the same way. So we first of all need to get rid of the d part. So we're going to add d to both sides because at the moment it's a negative. So 2a is equal to 2c plus 2d. And then once we've got that, then we can divide by the 2 to just get the 1a. And again, you can either divide everything, or if you prefer, you can do it as 2 separate sections. Either is fine, it's exactly the same both ways. So that would then give you a is equal to 2c over 2 plus 2d over 2. And if we notice, the 2's here cancel, so a is just equal to c plus d. So that was how we rearrange formula. It's exactly the same as solving. It's just that instead of having lots of numbers, we have lots of letters to work with instead. A couple of harder ones. So the first one, we're rearranging to make P the subject of the formula. So first thing we know is that if we have a denominator, we should get rid of it. So we're going to times both sides by Q so that we can get rid of the denominator. So TQ is equal to 2p minus 1. Once we've done that, we can then multiply out the brackets. So TQ is equal to 2p minus 2. Then we can add on the 2. And that gives me TQ plus 2 is equal to 2p. And then at the end there, we're going to need to divide by 2. And that's going to give me my final answer of TQ plus 2 divided by 2 equals p. Now you cannot cancel the 2's in this case. You have to be able to cancel it in every single term. And because this one we can't, we cannot cancel the 2's. So this is actually the final answer. For the next one, we're needing to find pi and isolate that on its own. So the first thing we could do is add on 4. So it's the opposite of BIDMAS, don't forget. The opposite of BIDMAS. So we're doing the adding and subtracting first. Then we're going to come to the division and the multiplication. So this will give me t plus 4 is equal to 2 pi a squared. Once I've got that, then I can divide by 2 and a squared I can divide by them at the same time if I want to, rather than doing them at different times. So my final answer, t plus 4 over 2a squared, is going to equal pi. And that's my final answer.